Hey, we back. I'm here in a new place. New place. Ooh. And this is the bot that I talked about the other day. It was the other day for you. It's actually a while ago for me. Probably like a week or so. I haven't touched it since then. Basically, I did a tiny little bit of bug fixing, and then I just kind of left it. But as I said last time, I basically did the whole thing in 12 hours, and so what with not having a clue how they work previously, that was a fair bit of effort. And I just kind of threw together the code as fast as possible into getting it to a presentable state front end. And realistically, it's pretty god awful at the back. I'm doing it in Python because that's the language that I like, very enjoyable. So yeah, as you can see, that's all there is to it, really. The point is, I thought I was going to try and improve it today, because that's not going to be hard in terms of back-end stuff. We can maybe add some stuff in the front and make it some nice. I've got a couple of ideas up there, and I thought, hey, might as well record it while we're at it. Why not? So that's the plan. I did some coding videos back a while ago, and until we got started on this whole Mudae and actually success, that was definitely the thing that did the best. So who knows? Maybe some good things will come from this. So that's always cool. Not that I particularly care, but yeah, I'm just going to be chilling. We've got the Discord open as well here, so yeah, we can chill there for a bit if you want as well. See what happens, basically. But yeah, if I just go through this, I'm keeping I've got a bot here that keeps it alive, supposedly, although it doesn't work very consistently, but supposedly, so that's nice. And then, yeah, basically, this is the code. It's a huge mess, and if you get down here, we have some thick if statements, which really need cleaning up. So yeah, there's a fair amount to do. So the first thing that I want to do is the way that we're storing the data. So the data, if you don't know, Replit is what I'm using, and it has a little database thing, and I can store stuff in there. So here we go, we've got DB, and that's where we get the data. It's basically just a fat dictionary. So currently in there, if I just run my little debug command in Discord, should pop up with a console message. There you go, you can see that. So this is what is currently stored in the database. So these are Discord IDs of players. It prints out the ID, it prints out the data type that this is, because sometimes it stores them as integers and it's weird. And then it prints out just the players list, because that's all that's stored about them at the moment. And that's all we've got. So there's like a couple of lists here. It doesn't really matter. But yes, that is generally the point. So you ask, what are we going to be doing to it? Well, I think I've procrastinated long enough just sitting here and explaining it. First of all, I want to store these as classes. We don't actually have any classes at the moment, which is probably not a good thing. So, yeah, that's always fun. But, yeah, I'm going to be making like a player class and trying to shove a bunch of the storage stuff in there, and then testing out if I can actually store that directly into the database. So that is the first task. First, I just want to check that this works. So yeah, I'm also going to shove on some music. Put that there. All planned and ready. So there we go. So let's get me a class table, just to test one, to check that I can actually store it, because this obviously takes strings. So I do need to make sure it can actually store a class. So I'm just going to have like a fake class here. And then, I don't know, we'll store like a variable in here. There we go, hi. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the initialization thingy. Where is it? No, it's higher than that. And message on ready, here we go. Test equals actually I should do this. Player equals player. There you go, and then this equals player. Right? Let's see if that works. Let's see if it does it. Object of type player is not JSON serializable. Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, we won't just store the class directly. So it doesn't stop me having the class, it just means I'm going to need to import stuff from there in order to create the classes, right? So that's fine. But yeah, I did figure it wouldn't like having an actual class in there. Oh well. Now we know. So we cannot directly shove classes into the thing. So here we go, let's have a new file. Let's call it player.py. Here we go. Class player. And then first of all we're going to need the ID. How many digits are IDs again? Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There we go. I assume they're all 18 digits. Not different digits of IDs. That would be weird if that was the case. But that's fine. So there we go, self.id, and that's all we will store about it for now.
Your personal
Alright?
guide to the world of country. Sign up for YouTube Music Premium and get 1 free month.
No, we'll need the list as well. Self.list. Oh wait, I should be consistent. If I'm being consistent, I should not put the spaces at all, really. I don't do spaces. Shoot me, I don't care. I don't do spaces normally. We have a list here. That is the players list. And then we're going to need to shove some functions into this. This is all we're storing about the player at the moment, right? This is all we are storing of the player, the ID of them and their list. So what we can do this. Let's update list. We can have self shoved in there. There we go. Ah yes, because this has checks in it, doesn't it? This has checks in it. Because it updates the database at the same time that it updates the player, right? Save it to the database. How should I do this? Should I do them separately? It's interesting. I'm basically trying to rewrite the entire way that stuff is stored to the database, and it's effort, you know, it's a lot of effort. This is why you do this the first time round, but I really just wanted to get it to do something, you know, so I didn't do this the first time round. I don't think this should rely on the database. So we are then going to remove the checks. So what I'll do actually is I'll just move all them back, remove that line. And then instead of doing db target ID here, we're just doing self.list, right? Just trying to remember how all of this works. So this takes all the first items in the new list. Ah, this is removing duplicates, right? Yeah. Okay. We don't need this either. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, db is undefined. So I think we just do self.list. In fact, do we need any of this at all, or can I just shove self.list equals new list? What format is this actually given in? Let's check. If I update that, run that, it shouldn't be even asking about player, so the errors there shouldn't make any difference. What is this? AST imported and not used. I cannot remember why I imported it, so now it's not imported. Haha. Okay, are we going? It's going. Okay. So let's just update my list now. Because I'm trying to do stuff, I'm going to remove all the keys first. I believe that's the command. Apparently not. Let me just check then. Because I did have a debug command for removing everything. There we go. Clear all keys. Isn't that what I typed? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Keys cleared. There we go. And if I do debug keys, being a bit laggy. Oh, sorry, it says console message sent, and we didn't get anything, so sure. YouTube is apparently broken. It does this sometimes. Let's pick a random one at the top, shall we? Okay, so now let me update my list.
With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp or
right. Here we go. Just updating my list. Just nothing interesting. It should now send. Here we go. So we now have the format that receives this listing. This looks like a good format to just store the listing. So I don't think we need any of this stuff.
What do you see? Do you notice me?
Okay, yeah, let's just, instead of copying and pasting stuff, let's just write this right from scratch. We are not going to need target ID. So that's just how to update the list, right? We could have as well get list return self.list, and while we're at it, get ID self.id. There we go. Okay, Good stuff. So now, damn, I really feel like maybe just rewriting all this. Oh dear. I'm thinking like we could just start a main 2. Copy and paste what we need, leave what we don't. So like the logic, you know, the maths and the prints and all that, we can copy that. But in terms of the actual functions and the storage and stuff, we just do it again from scratch. Like I said, honestly might be easier. Actually I don't know about that. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. Does this need any special code to run? I don't know. Yeah, actually maybe not. Okay, fine, we'll just edit it. Shut up, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Right. Let's see then. So you've got this player class, right? So on ready, I should create a bunch of player classes to represent the players in the database. Right? How's that sound? I'm not sure how to do that. I guess I just have a list of objects, right? A list of players. That could work, couldn't it? We have a list of objects, just a list of players. And this is actually stored in the program, and you create them. Okay, sure. Okay, so let's go up to the top. All players. This is going to be a list. It's an empty list at the start, but yes. Then on ready, what we do is we get all players, the key in database.keys. All players dot append Right, I should make it first, I guess. Player equals player. I should put the ID in here, in it, right? That actually makes a whole lot of sense. And I could have list as like an optional argument, couldn't I? Actually, no, let's not. ID and list. Let's do it like that. Player. Let me check the debug keys thing so I know what I'm doing. Where is it? Print key and then database key. Yeah, I thought it was there. So I just put key. Database key. Oh yeah, okay. And then we append it to the list. Are we happy now? No, I thought it still wasn't. Ah, we haven't imported it yet, that's why. I don't need a from, do I? I just got import player. Oh, that'll work, right? We happy now? Loading, okay. I'll let it load, that's fine, it can load. Come Come on. Really? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, you're fine now. Stupid thing. Okay. And then print all players. Let's see what this does. Moduled object is not callable. Ah, because I called the same thing as the thing. I can't remember how you meant to name them. That's what you do in Java. I haven't been Python that recently. Let me go check there, because this is not going to be difficult to figure out. Here we go. I'm just going to go look at an old file, just so I can figure out how I meant to call this stuff. You can't call the actual module. Yeah, well, shut up. Ah, got it. So what I should do is this. Player class, right? Then up here, this is just what I've done in other ones, so I don't care. Player class. This can even be non-capitalized. I'm gonna non-capitalize it anyway, I don't care. Then down here, no, not that one. Here we do player class dot player. No. Okay, let's try again. Got it. I think so. There we go. We have just the one. Yes, correct. And this is in a list. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that print slightly. Print get ID. What do you think of that? It should print out a list with my ID in. Oh no, it's not printing the list. Right. Yeah, it's just printing out each one separately. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That works then. We've successfully done something. We now import all the players from file into the bot, basically. From the database into the program, that's currently running. Good start. So every time the bot comes online, it's going to print all of the IDs of people that are in the bot. Sounds good. So now we need to slightly rewrite these functions. So, when you want to update the list, what we're going to take is the player and the new list. We don't need random prints right now, thank you. And then what we say, if player dot get ID is in database keys, and also that in fact we don't need to do that, we can just do player.getList is not none. Get ID. Wait, no. Player.getList. I know I need brackets on the end of that, I just noticed. Get list, there we go. and then we say database of player.getID equals oh no, we still want player.getList. Player.getList equals player.getList plus new list. Okay, and otherwise we need update list, yeah. Player dot update list and then otherwise that, right? Loading, okay, and it works. You're loading as well, yeah, there we go. Else apparently has a problem. You're loading, yeah, figure yourself up. Oh, this again. Target ID isn't even there. There we go, no errors. Okay. What I should do is I should have a store player. Save player. Save player, which takes the player. So then I do database of player.getID. Oh no, I want this to be an if. If database of player.getID oh right, no, that's how we check it. My bad. In database.keys then we say that database player.getID what do I want this to be doing? Forget my train of thought. Oh, I guess just equals player.getList. And then we have else wait, I guess I'd do that either way, don't I? Right?
Guide to the world of
Surely not.
Get a free trial of YouTube Music Premium today.
Surely I don't. Yeah, I guess I did. We don't even need the it. Okay. One thing I do realise as well. Oh no, that's not what I meant. I'm just gonna store this here. Old main. I just spam out undo a bunch and then copy paste it into there. I just mean for you know, version control only. Just in case I want to go back and check the old one. Or go back and switch to the old one. Or whatever. We have old main. I guess I'll make that a P file. Sure. Old main. But then actual main. And we just go back through redo. It's not doing any more, so I guess we're good. Okay, yes. So now we have old main just in case I want to go look at it. Because that one does work. Well, I say that. It doesn't work particularly well, it's got bugs, but you know, it does stuff. So then, this saves a player to the database, and when we're initialized, we get all of the players from the database. So when we do update list, I should then do save player. Okay, nice. That sounds good. Okay. Get list of a target ID. Ah, I see, because this does all the replacing and such. I don't think we need this, really, this function tool. Because we got player.get list, right? But we're still going to need the formatting. Right? I think what I do, I'm going to rename it format list. No, I see what this is doing. So this is importing it from the database, right? Wait, hang on, I'm confused a minute. Because I mean it is, it's obviously importing it from the database, but, hang on, let me just read this. I wonder if it's actually necessary. Oh yeah, I guess it is, because they're going to be stored, right, they're going to be stored in here as strings, so yes. So this is get list, like, from database. So we could call it that, like import database list for a certain player. And then what I do, if player.getID is in database.keys, this is none. Database.player.getID. Okay. Yeah, that should work then. Okay. Clear list of a player. Okay, I've got a nice idea for this. So first of all, I take this, and I'm just going to plug that in there. This takes self, and this just does self.list equals nothing. Right? Then in here, we say player.clear list, and then save player. How's that? Should this player maybe save itself actually? the player makes sure itself is updated into the database. The player handles all the interaction, and then that actually sounds smart. I could have the player handle all the interaction with the database. I'm thinking basically just move this, right? Okay, sure. So then what I do, I can just call this save of itself. There we go. Remove this. Player.save instead, right? Then what about this database interaction for the checks? In the class here as well. Is it that I need to write? What is it exactly? Yeah, that's it. Okay. What's your problem? Didn't say stupid thing. Yeah, I'm thinking in the update list, should that maybe, instead of just updating the playlist, I know I have update internal list. And then we can have update list, which takes them the same, and what it is going to do is it calls update internal list, passes it new list, and then it says db of self dot, oh yeah, we should do it like this, shouldn't we? Do it properly. Self dot get id. Self.getID and then we just say equals self.getList. How's that? You're still complaining about this. And I think it probably should stop. Oh no, never mind. No, it's right. Okay. Fair enough. What I could also do here, however, update internal list with empty, and then the same, or in fact even better, I could just call update list with empty. Now that sounds good. Now what are you complaining about? Oh, I need self on the front, yeah. What? No. There we go. Big brain things? Am I doing big brain things? Not really sure. Clear its own list, updates its list, or the rest of it. Date time actually not used. Find out how to believe. I'm sure I used it at some point. I just can't remember when. Okay.
Your personal guide to the world of K-pop. Sign up for YouTube Music Premium with 1 free month.
I get the point of update list. All this stuff is because, well, I knew that because it's making sure that it doesn't replace the old list, right? So this should actually do that here. So that would mean the clear list doesn't work, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. What I could do, another function, append list. Added list. Here we go. And then we have this code, right? Here we go. Wait, no, I don't want... I'm getting confused now. I need to rewrite this as well, that's the point. So append list. So if self.getID is in database keys, no, self.getList and then I just say not equal to empty. Right. Oh, big brain things. The list is not empty. Then do this stuff. Wait. Okay. It's not clicking when I tell it to click. Right. So if we do that, and so this is if it is empty, then update it. Just like replace it basically, right? Oh wait, this should be using self.save, huh? That's the same line of code. Okay, so what I can do is I can call that update list. I can remove that entirely, because now that it's handling the database work, it doesn't need that. So that's the internal one. This saves it as it currently is to the database. So in update list, what I want to do, whatever it's done afterwards, I want it to save. If the internal list is empty, update the internal list. Yeah, okay. But if it's not empty, this gets all the firsts in. This should be the added list. For everything in self.getList, if added list first, then delete it. Then self.update internal list with self.getList plus added list. Okay. Nice. So this whole update list thing is no longer needed. The player itself manages all of that. Fantastic. Then this should also be handled by the player, really, shouldn't it? Import database list. So we've got save. I could do it. I could call this export. Sounds good. And then we can have import, right? Yeah. Okay. Def import self.
You're making ravioli for your friends, but as your
and then import
an ad starts,
just does
Premium has
this.
free videos, so you can serve dinner without ad breaks. Try YouTube Premium with 1 month free and cook uninterrupted.
Wait, I forget I can do this. There we go. Okay, nice. So then, if self.getID is in database.keys and is not empty, yeah, go on the first, format, blah blah blah, return. Else, yeah, okay, that should be good. Okay, we've removed another function from here. See, this is becoming cleaner, we're epic. Clear list. Oh, I see. So what I should do here is I should have, so clear list, what it does is it does self.update internal list with empty, and then it just self.export. And now we don't need this here. Because all of these functions, right now, if we want to run them, we just do like player dot and then that. What do you mean bad syntax? What's your problem? Do you think import's like the name of something already? I bet it is actually. Yeah. I'll just call it import self and export self. How's that, huh? What are you gonna do now? Yeah, no silly syntax errors now, huh? Oh, yeah, my bad there. What? I highlighted this, you silly thing. So, okay, thank you, bye bye. Okay, focus. So it can now import and export itself from the database. Very cool. So, what's this? This is going to be the same. Get capital value. Right. So instead of being a target ID, this should be a player, right? Now actually that can stay the same, I guess. Sure. Get list value. This can be done by the player itself. Actually both of them can. Yeah. But this totally can. This definitely should. This is arguable, I suppose. But we've done all the file work now. So if I just shove all of this in here, get list value, self. If self dot get ID, we don't need this check at all, do we? I just realised. Because if we have the player object, then it's fine. The point is I need to check if the player object exists, but I'll do that in the other stuff. So, yes. But what I do need to do is I need to check if it has a list. I'm just thinking where I should put certain things, certain checks and stuff. I think I will put... I don't think I need this check. Right. Oh wait, this isn't getting the total list value, this is getting... Oh, I mischecked this function, that's why I'm confused. Get list value, so this is getting a certain character, right? This should be self.getList.
Be productive anywhere with
I don't need this at all, do I? And then this is stopped, so I'll just tell it to not stop.
Start a free trial of YouTube Premium and learn uninterrupted.
So for I in range, did not know that was a shortcut. I pressed the wrong button. Here we go, okay. So that is going to return the value of a character if it's in the list. Right. Oh, I see. Get list value and get capital value are like the same function, right? Yeah, of course. That's why they're next to each other. I'm smart, I'm smart. I programmed this in a way that is understandable, I tell you. Okay. So get list value. There we go. There we go, this works. So now, for every character in its list, if that equals character, return the Kekua value. And then otherwise, yeah, alright, this works good. Hopefully, it should do. Okay, check trade. This is where we start getting complicated, huh? Is this by any chance the last function? Yeah, I thought it would be. Okay. So for a certain player this is now. Not for a certain target ID. Yes, so then the player has no list. Then yes, makes the sense. I think we can move this then. I think we can move this to player class. He can check its own trades. The player can check his own trades. Congrats, promotion. So, he picks off now. Congrats. Right. This is a lot to break down because this is basically the entire bot this function is. This is what I made it for. So, does it need to check? It should probably check if it has a list. But on the other hand, it should in this as well, huh? No, because this can just return -1 otherwise. Ah, right, yeah, no, but it does actually make sense to do this. Or we could say, we could return -2 here, and then we could just have an if at the top, right? If self.getList is empty, return -1. So that's like our two errors, because this is meant to be returning an integer. So I should make them, otherwise I'll just return like an error message, you know. And I cannot be bothered to create my own error messages. So there you go, it returns that. And we'll just have like an if statement when it's called. Right. But we don't need to check if the player exists because we're in the player object. But what I will do is I will, well, I'll just do this again. This player doesn't have a list. Create one with update list. Because this one returns a string that's going to get printed out, so it's fine to just return an error message like that. Okay. Then this is all the same, right? Do I actually need to change any of this at all? Ah, we're using like get list value. This should be like a self, shouldn't it? I don't actually know if I need that, but I probably should. Get list value, get Kekua value. Get list value, get Kekua value. Do some rounding. This is all just maths, text, whatever. And this algorithm is pretty crap, by the way. Pretty crap. I just can't throw it together. I will improve that sometime. Sometime I will do that. Okay, cool. So now this is pretty clean. All that we're doing in this is the debug command, which is fine and dandy, and get page. What's get page doing exactly? I mean, I know what it's doing, but when is it doing it? It's like when you're updating your list, it's going to keep calling this every page that it gets, right? So it's kind of just a formatter, or deformatter rather. Parser, you could call it a parser, couldn't you? It parses the text. Yeah, because this is a thing, page is just text. So it takes the text and it parses it and returns, well, it returns page. But it's basically just formatting the page, isn't it? From the plain text into a nice little format that it can actually read, getting rid of extra spaces and extra characters and whatever else. I should call this format page then. Whoa. Format page, thank you. Okay. So now on ready, the key in database keys, player, and then append to all players. Perfect. Complexity 2. Oh yeah, shut up. Right. Oh yes, and a prefix. Good point. We might as well put this in the player class. Self.prefix equals that. Right. Get prefix. I'll put this at the top just to make it extra nice and organised, because the function's going at the top, because I can't be bothered to move it down past all that stuff. Self return self dot prefix. Okay. Set prefix. Oh, I didn't put a def. Oh. Self dot prefix equals prefix. Prefix. There we go. Right, so then this is going to need to be stored to the file as well. So here we go. Export self equals self.getList. Self.getList returns a string, right? Returns a list. Screen. Because then I can just do self.getPrefix plus that. So it's going to store the prefix, and then should I put some weird character in? I don't know what weird character would be in a name though, that's the thing. Like use a star? No, there are stars in characters' names. Use an equals? No, there's equals. Weird Unicode characters? No, there's weird Unicode characters. There's slashes, there's angled brackets, there's... So I think I just don't put a character at all. I think that's the plan. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay. So now what I can do here...
Looking for new songs? YouTube Music is your personal guide to the world of music. Built to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Sign up for YouTube Music and upgrade to Premium for 1 month free.
Ah, right, yes. So I'm going to need to check for this. So instead of finding the ID, I should find the actual player. Right? Okay. If oh, I know what I'll do. Oh no, I know. Okay. If message.content author ID in... Oh, I need like some sort of map, right? All players I'm sure there's a map. Python map. I've not used Python map before. Yeah, okay. The map. Yeah, makes sense. Weird that I've never used that. Map is a pretty helpful function. Map. Oh wait, yeah. What? Wait, I checked that it existed. I forgot to actually read how to use it. Map my function, comma, and then the list. Yep. Okay. Map. Oh wait, that's not going to work. Just thinking of the best way to do that, because I could do it with a map, I totally could. But that's not actually exactly what I want, because I'm doing polymorphism, that's the point. I'm trying to do polymorphism anyway. It's not working very well apparently. What I should do is I should have all IDs, a separate thing. All players and then all IDs dot append key. Just append key. You no need to get the ID from the player just because it's been created now. All IDs dot append key. Right, so now we have a list of all of the IDs. So now here if it's in all IDs, right? Well, maybe I should make this like a dictionary. Oh, but it's such a waste. They all store their own IDs anyway. This is just a waste of code here. Object, list, based on property. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do. There's definitely an easy way to do this, you know. Yes. That is epic. Yeah, see, this is... Yeah, exactly. This is what I was trying to avoid doing. Yeah, because there's the thing, loop through the entire list, and then you just check all of them, and then, yeah, like, that's boring and rubbish, and I hate it. That's what I'm trying to avoid doing. This looks nice. Wait, let me just check again. Check what he said about it. Gets the first item from the list that matches the condition. Returns none if no item matches. Yes, that is perfect. I want it to be I because we use I in Python. Screw you. So I for I in all players if I dot get ID equals I removed the thing. I can remember what it was though. I'm pretty sure it was that. Oh wait, I should do this. What I should do is I could say player equals that. Then if player equals none, we create the player. Right, so then we just say new player equals player class dot player message author ID. The list is going to be empty. I know what I should do as well. In the initialization function, I should just run export so that it's stored in the database instantly. Every player that writes a command gets stored in the database. Is that smart? Probably not, but I don't care. It's going to be updating this database constantly though, which I feel like is bad. No, it's not actually, only when they update their list and stuff. Like, yeah, sure, most of these commands is going to have to update the database, but the trading one doesn't, right? There's a couple that don't, and actually the ones that do aren't going to be run all that often. Nothing has changed. So yes, I think it's actually fine. It is fantastic because I want it to be fine. Okay, and then all players dot append new player. And then I can go up here and remove the all IDs thing because, as I said, it's a waste of code. Epic. Then I just say here, user prefix equals player dot get prefix. Is that not a little bit simpler there? Epic. Right, this returns if it was the bot that sent the message. Yeah, understandable. And the bot, oh no, the bot's allowed to be a player, isn't it? In fact, it's going to be. It's going to count, so I guess that's fine. To have it after that, I mean. But I don't want it doing anything after. It'll just be slightly faster to put this. It won't wait on its own messages, you know. Okay, cool. Cool. Now this can be an if. Now, wait, did I just remove the editing your own prefix thing? Because I think I did. Trade, get list. Trade prefix. Aha, I should put this at the top then. I should put this at the top. Okay, here we go. So now this can be an elif because this goes first. Prefix equals yeah. Then instead of doing this, I should instead do player dot set prefix and in the player class I just realized after you've set the prefix it will need to update, so then we do export self. because otherwise it won't actually store that. I mean, if you set your prefix and then the bot restarts, you'll have to set your prefix again. So now it actually saves that as well, which is nice. Personal prefix updated. Okay, nice. Player dot playlist. There we go. You see, this is now so much easier because I'm just going to do this for like half of the stuff. It starts with update list. We start by clearing the list. Checks the message.
YouTube Premium removes interruptions from your video recipe. Start a free trial now.
Get ID we're going to want there. I should replace every instance where it just says ID. Oh, we can get to that. Right, so now... Right, we're on the update list. Right, yeah, okay. The message was from Mudae. Check the command was the correct one. Update page 1. So we want player dot, and then we get rid of that. Get page is still here, remember? Undefined name get page. Oh, I changed the name of the function though, didn't I? Yeah, it's called format page now. Okay. Format page. And this is the correct number of arguments, right? Yeah, okay. Player.update list. This shouldn't be called update list though. Shouldn't it be called added list? Update list is something else, isn't it? Oh no. Update list is the right one. Okay, cool. That makes things easier then. The other pages. Player.getID. Edit. There we go. This is format page. Player.update. Yep. And command not updated, timeout error. Okay, nice. If the message starts with user prefix. Wait, user prefix. This is not meant to say user prefix, isn't it? Is it? Oh yeah, it is. I didn't change that either. Fantastic. Okay, user prefix update top 1000. Wait, this should be like an admin command, really, shouldn't it? Just realised that. Because I don't want every random person updating the top 1000. So I'll put it down here. We've got clear all keys, debug keys, and update top 1000. Okay, so we'll get to that one later then, because it's down there now. I'm just putting things off realistically, aren't I? Right. Player.getID. Close the pending update. Send to the channel. Delete. Okay. That's backward value. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Get backward value. Yeah. We don't want ID in there. We just want player dot. There we go. Bot value. Aha. I should find the bot's player, shouldn't I? the bot as a player in the all players list. I might as well do it on ready. So if I know what I'll do. I know. So let me indent that. Just go with me on this, right? Put that in an else. And then I'll just say if key bot player equals player class player key. There it is. Key. Okay, now up here we have all players and bot player equals 0. Sure, why not? And then what I do, if I grab the bot's ID, where was it? Capital value. Oh, I know how to get the bot's ID. I'll just put it here. In fact, I don't even need to do that. I can still just use the thing here. Wait, where was it? Capital value client.user_ID. Key equals client user ID. Bot player equals a new player. Otherwise, pendant to all IDs. So the bot counts as a player. It is a player class, but it is not in the list of all players. That seems smart. Seriously, what's your problem with this? Yep, that's a valid problem. I didn't want that there anyway. You're good. Okay, what now? What's the problem with this? Bot players never used. Yeah, I'm about to fix that, don't you worry. So, capital value. So now I say bot player dot get capital value. There we go. Okay. All good, all good. Yeah. Right, list value. This is basically going to be the same thing again. We'll return the calculated like value of the character. Yes. So now I want player dot get this value. Nice. Character is not in your list. Oh, this needs to be a -2 now. I just realised that. Because I changed the error, didn't I? -1 means something else. Let me go check this. So -2. Oh, right. So -1 means you don't have a list. -2 means the character isn't in it. Okay. I can return the same message either way, really, can't I? I guess what I do here is I say value equals -2 or value is -1. Do that. Right.
It's just a little red wine.
Demi Lovato Dancing with the Devil, now streaming only on YouTube.
Okay. Have I got any other error checks up here looking for -1s and -2s that I may have fiddled with? I don't think I do. Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, I missed that first one, I didn't. Okay. So now I say if value equals minus 2, you say this message, character is not in list, right? That was the way it went round. Yeah. But then what I do is I have another if here, if value equals minus 1, you have not created a list yet. Make one with update list. Remove this. So now our error messages are also slightly more helpful, which is also cool. Now I can copy and paste this down to here. Actually, let's do this slightly differently. It'll be slightly nicer like this, I think. There we go. This should be an elif really, shouldn't it? Yeah. We can copy and paste this. Thank you. That there. That there. This. Removed. That can do an elif. Right, so now we've got the value is minus 1 or minus 2. If it's minus 1, send that. If it's minus 2, send that. And then check the bot value. And then here, the bot doesn't have you covered whether it says minus 1 or minus 2. So as long as it's not minus 1 or 2, it'll do that. And then it'll just say now can't fix this either. This either means that the bot's list is currently broken, or the bot doesn't have the character in the list. So yes, that works fine. And then it will turn and do that. Yep. Whereas here, for characters in the list, value is minus 1, you've not created your list yet, return. And if value is minus 2, character is not in your list, return, else value. In the future, I'm probably going to make it so that if the character is not in the list, but maybe another character is, it just says the value is 0, which is also going to be useful for trading, because that means that it basically just assumes if a character is not in your list, then you don't care about them, because obviously not every character in the bot is going to be in your list. You can't order all the characters in the bot, there's thousands of them. But you can order the ones that you like, and then you can just say, look, any characters that aren't in this list I don't care about, right? And it'll just give them a value of 0, right? Kakura value will be determined based on the Kakura value that they have if they're in the list, if they're not, the bot's list, and if they're not in either, again, basically 0, because it's just going to have to assume something. But it'll mean that at least the Kakura values and like values of characters that are not in your list don't suddenly break the entire bot. So, yes. But that's a future plan now. It shouldn't take too long, but I'm just going through and fixing this first. And it's taking a while, so probably another video. But, you know, I'm having some fun, so, you know, we can do this again at some point. That will be good, huh? Right, check trade. Yes. This is something. I think, oh, this is searching for pings. Yes, okay. And it's finding the target ID. Okay, so it's trying to search for a ping. If you ping someone, because the point is you can check someone else's trade. If they have a list as well, right? You can check if they would be happy with a trade instead. That's what that's meant for anyway. So, yes. Hang on a sec. Epic. Okay. Let me just check there. Okay. Oh, fine, I'll do my damn roll. You can come with. Reset's not happening yet. I just missed a couple of resets, that's the point. I just realised I missed a couple of resets. Reset's not for an hour yet on here, but I guess I'll do the rolls anyway. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. Hopefully, I was going to take last year's, but actually I don't think. Oh, I don't have to find my name anyway. Okay, that's we can die then. Right. So, check trade. Searches for a ping, finds target ID. This should be player.get. I don't know where it's getting this ID value from. I didn't set it anywhere, did I, up here? But it's not coming up with eggs. So I don't know if ID like actually means something generally, in which case, But yeah, okay, sure, I guess. Let's try and search. Is ID itself actually defined anywhere? Does not seem like it. But it's clearly using it, and it's clearly happy with using it, so that doesn't make much sense to me. Whatever, I don't know. Anyway. You can continue playing, please, thanks. I've been thinking of removing Castles, to be honest, from the playlist. I mean, it's a good song, but I think I'm getting a bit bored of it. It's an old one by this point. 314 out of 402. It's one of the older ones of the playlist. I don't know. We'll go to it, decide what happens. Anyway, right. Syntax, yeah, sure. This gets the characters 1 and 2. Report. We want to be finding target player, not target ID, that's the point. So, I change this to target player. And just make that player, there we go. Then, up here, target ID, here we go. So now what I need to do is find that ID in the list. Well, I guess we use the same thing as before, right? This nice little one-liner that we nicked from Stack Overflow. It is very nice. I enjoy it. Where did I put it? It was up here somewhere. Is it really at the top? Because I think it probably was. Yeah, here we go. This was it. So let's just use this again. Where were we? Here. ID needs to equal target ID. Yeah, there we go. Player, nice. Oh no, but I don't want player, I want target player, because it needs to be different from actual player. There we go. Target player. Okay. And then here we do target player. I was going to say I didn't put one in, but I probably just should do target player dot check trade, and then we don't need that argument. Nice. That's the trading function done. You see it's still a bit messy, but like this is all just like strings, syntax checkers, stuff like this. It kind of probably does actually need to be here. I can clean it up more. because I can split these off into separate functions and something like that. But having this player class is helping clean it up a lot. If nothing else, the main doesn't have loads of clutter up here. You know, it's just got these two functions, both of which I think is perfectly reasonable, to be honest. Reasonable to have here. In terms of, it does a bit more on ready as well. But yes, it's also super more manipulatable because each player has its own reference. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Perhaps I should make a get player thing though, to shove this one line into. That would be nice, huh? Let's do that. Get player. It's going to take an ID. Then it just does this, right? Okay. And then when it's creating the bot player, oh no, that's when it's creating the bot player. What about when it goes to find the bot player? Oh no, it doesn't find the bot player because it just references it as soon as it's created. That's smart. That's smart. I like that. Okay. Big-brained people will do get player brackets bot player dot get ID in order to find the bot player. Huge brain.
Make pasta
Anyway,
cut into an act.
so where are we running this one right now? We're running it here. Now, see, we can just run this. Get player. Message author ID. Right. And then down here where we do it again, which was check trade. Here is target ID. Get player. There we go. That's a bit cleaner as well, isn't it? Huh? Nice little function there. Alright then. So now what are we doing? Get list. Right, again you can ping someone. So then target player equals, see this function is coming in useful already. Get player target ID. Otherwise target player equals play. A sublist in target player dot get list. Send sublist. Huh? That's easy. That's easy, isn't it? Yeah, this is gonna send them all in separate messages though, isn't it? Oh wait, sublist. Because get list splits it up all nicely, doesn't it? Or did I not do that? I didn't do that. Because it had that thing that stops it from doing the 1000 characters, right? See, I said having old main is going to be helpful. So if I go find get list here, here we go, get list. Oh right, formatted sublist, yeah, okay. We put that in import cell. Did I misinterpret this function somehow? Also, where are my colours? This is a pie file, give me colours. Okay, whatever. So this is always going to store it as a proper list anyway, in sublists. hold on, I've got myself confused here. I think this function is wrong. So here I want, instead of import self, this should be like format list, right? And then for import self, and basically I'm just splitting up this function into two separate functions, because then you have that, but then we just do self dot update internal list, with that, right? Else, well, if there's nothing there, then there'll be nothing in this one either, right? And then this, instead of having this here, oh wait, no, I still need this, but what I need to do instead of this check is I just do if self.get list is empty, self.get list. Okay, there we go. We have format list and import self as separate things now. So import self is just going to take the thing straight from the file and shove it into the attribute, whereas format list is going to take the list in there, turn it into a string, all formatted nice, ready for printing. This is going to be filled with bugs, by the way, once I've finished sorting all this out, so there will be a bit of bug fixing. This is why I say it's long, because it's already getting quite long, and we aren't done yet. Okay. Add to bot. Oh damn, this never really worked anyway, to be honest. I'm probably just going to remove this feature altogether. But I might as well try and update the code so that it will compile, I guess. Not compile Python, but, you know, run, work, do things. So let's just get it into a workable state. Check for Mudae's response. You see, this is basically the same as the other thing as well, which is why this could be much cleaner, because I should make this into some sort of sub-function somewhere. But, okay. The command is the correct one, blah 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 blah. Okay, what I should do... I don't need any of this. I can just say bot player dot well, it's update list, isn't it? But I need the append one. Is that update list? Update list is the append one, yes, okay. Update list. And this is going to be taking what exactly? Right, yeah, it's a double list. Character capital. Hang on, let me let me check the other one now. I need to check. What was it doing before? Add to bot. Oh, just character. Oh, because it depends character. Okay. My bad. Character. Which needs to be noticed. Because we're not appending it. We're adding it. Updating it. Stop. Okay. That should be everything then. That should actually work. That should do that whole if statement right there. Because there should be checks in here. We know the bot player exists already for one. And then if they are not in export, it's just going to do that. Yeah, okay, I think this works. I don't think we need the checks, which is nice. Okay, because it already stores its own thing. Trade help just does that. Trade invite just does that. Okay, and then I need to update top 1000 as well. So I want to do block player dot playlist first.
Make pasta
Although this was currently
start a free trial of
commented out, but yeah, that's what it's meant to be. Got YouTube notification. I'll check that later. Oh yeah, I said I might remove classes. Didn't pay enough attention to it, so okay, it's working. Active. Checks all this stuff. Message author equals ID. No. Player. This stupid thing. Player dot get ID. Speaking of which, I bet that was in here as well in add to bot. Yeah, I didn't notice it. There we go. Okay. Good. Play ID. Wait for that. The response was from Mudae. Update list. Why are you up there now? No, undo that. I said down here, you silly thing. Why are you lagging so much as well? It's literally Chrome. What's the problem? Come on. Bot player dot update list. Yes? No? What's wrong? Undefined name get page. Format page. Fine. Happy? Happy, okay. B. Okay. Yeah. Perhaps I should put the ID thing back in so I don't have to preference this every time, but like, whatever, I suppose. And then bot player dot update list. This should be format. Okay, nice. So, now we run it and wait for the errors to pile up. Hello, it's editing Steve. I'm here because this is a hell of a long video, and so I'm going to split it into two. And so, that's the end. That's all there is, that's all you get. I've basically finished the code, as I had intended to get it, and I'm going to start testing it now. and working out the bugs. So you can look forward to that next time. Also, if you want a little sneak peek, then you can see my little statement there at the bottom of my Discord. You'll see that. You'll see that soon enough, I suppose. Soon enough. That is another little bot that I'm just writing, or in fact I've finished writing. So yeah, all good things. Anyway, bye.